What's up everyone, welcome to the MySQL session. In this session we are going to install the Wamp server which is going to launch our MySQL server, and after that we are going to access that server through a command prompt and we are going to create the database. After that we are going to perform the CRUD operations on our database. CRUD means create, retrieve, update and delete. So we are going to perform all these operations on our table and as well as on the data we are going to insert on that table. After that, we are going to perform the built-in MySQL functions in our queries. For example, aggregation functions which include max, min, count, average, and the limit, distinct keywords, and order by, etc. So let's jump in. So for that, I'm going to launch the Wamp server, and I'm going to post the link in the description so you can download from here. And the link is here, wampserver.com, and you can go and download a Wamp server from here. So I have already installed in my system, so I'm going to launch the Wamp server. The Wamp server's icon in the top bottom, and I'm going to launch, and this server is going to turn, this icon of Wamp server is going to change to green. It means that the server has been launched, and you can verify it by going to localhost on your browser, and it says php myadmin. You open that and you can now access your database through it, and here you can see the databases created here, and there I have an employee database I have created myself, so which I told you about accessing that database through my through command prompt as well. So in the folder you go to your directory where the Wamp server is installed, and here I have in my C drive, and go to Wamp server, Wamp 64 folder, then go to bin, then MySQL, and then bin. And when you reach to this folder, just go into the Explorer and type in cmd. And so through command prompt we are going to access the MySQL. For that we are going to write MySQL -u. -u means your username, which is root, and -p, which is the password. We're going to press enter, and it's going to ask me for the password. For my database, no password has been set, so I'm going to press enter. If you have a password set for your database, you can type here, right, like this, and we move forward. So I have accessed the MySQL server from the command prompt, and you can see that if you want to look over how which databases do you have on your MySQL server, you can write show databases colon semicolon, and it will list the all the databases in your MySQL server. So I'm going to just change the font size so it's easy to see, and here you can see all the databases created on your MySQL server. So so for to create our own database, we write create database and the name of your database. So the name of the database can be test. So now to look, it will be added to the list of databases. So for that we are going to write show databases, and it shows you that database you created named test. So after creating a database, you might want to somehow want to delete a database. So what the command for that is drop database test. The database has been dropped. Let's try to another database. Drop database employee. So when I write show databases, so the test database and the employee database has been removed from the total list of databases on our from my MySQL server. So let's create another one. Create database test. Okay, so create database test, and after that we might want to look over the tables which are inside this database test. So if you write show tables, first of all we have to select the database. So to select the database in of which database you want to show, you want to view the tables, you have to select a database. For that we are going to write use and the database name, which is test, Now if we write show tables, it will give us the list of the tables, and here there are no tables inside this database, so it shows an empty set. For to creating a database, we are going to write create table, uh, table name, which would be person, and in the braces we are going to type the name of the column which is going to be reside in the database and the type of that column. So like id, and it will going to be an int type, and name, which is going to be a varchar. Varchar means an array of characters, so you can give the length. I have given 255 characters, and so the table has been created. So if we write show tables, it will give me the list of the tables, and the list of tables contain the table person. So that's how we create a table. So if you want to add another column in that table, so how you can modify the table? For that we write alter table, the table name, and if you want to add a column, we're going to write add. For if you want to add an email column, and if this query will create an email column, but you want that column to be added after the name column, not after the designation, after. So if you want to add the email column after the name column, not the designation column, so we can write after name, and it will add that email column after the name column. So we have created a table, and now if you want to look the view the number of columns in a table, you can write describe person, and it will show you the number of the columns inside that table. And you can see here that email column has been added after the name column. Now we have created our table person, and we can view the number of columns in there. So after that, we would like to delete a column in this person table. So for that, we're going to write alter table drop, and we would like to drop the email column. So now if we describe the person table, we can now view that the email column has been removed. Now we would like to update a column. So like the column name, we would like to update the length of that column. So for that, we're going to write alter table person modify name and varchar. So I would like a length of 100. So now if we describe person, you can here now see that the name column has been modified and its length has been set to 100. Select static from person. Static here means that every column inside this person table show the data of every column inside this person table. So press enter, the table is empty. So we actually created a table before, and we have not inserted any data in it. To insert the data, we will perform the insert query. For that, we write insert into table name person, and we would define in which column we would like to add the data. and ID, name, and designation, and the values for those columns will be 1 according to their type. We will add Mike, let its designation finance. So you can see the this data has been added. So if we perform now this select query, it will show our the table with a single column, with a single row, with Mike inserted. So let's add more values in. Insert into person ID, name, designation, and values true, comma Mike, let's say Tom, and its designation is in marketing. Insert comma and you can add the second value, second data here. So we have inserted these queries. Now if we perform this select star from person, it will show me the data inserted in this column, all the data. So uh, if I want to just know the names inside this person table, for that I can write select name from person, and it will only show me the name column from that table person, and you can see the result here. So we have added our data. We have added 3 rows inside the person table. We would like I would like to update the data inside the person table. So let's say that Jake has been transferred to another department. So let's say you can say maybe sales. So let's update Jake's designation. For that we will write update uh, table person, set designation to sales, where id equals to 3. Now id 3 belongs to Jake, and we're going to set its designation to sales. So it's given me an error that table update table person. So the table will not be in part of the query. So let's see that the data has been updated or not. Select star from person, and let's see that Jake designation has been updated to sales. We have updated the column. So right now we want to delete a row, delete a data inside it. We have created it, we have retrieved it, we have updated it. Now we want to delete it. So for deletion we will write that delete star from person where id equals to 3. Okay, okay. So then the row has been deleted. So if we write select star from person, you will see that the sales portion has been deleted, which belong to Jake. So we have created, updated, and deleted. But now for retrieving the select, we can do many things with this query. We can write select star from person, and we can use this where keyword, and we can specify what kind of what row we want with the where clause, and we can set that where name equals to, like, let's find Jake. Jake is not inside, it's not in the table, so it will give me an empty set. But if we try to find Tom, it will give us Tom. So this query is with name. We can do with the same with the designation, and we can write marketing, and here you can see it provided the result of marketing. So let's remove marketing and insert finance. So it provided me Mike, which belong to the finance designation. And for suppose that we have a data, we have a person, we have another person belonging to the finance department. So let's insert another person. Search into person ID, name, designation, values, 3, and the name will be Andy. Okay, insert key. Andy, and it belongs to the finance. Okay, let's see the data. Person, and usually there are 2 persons belonging to the finance department. And if we run our select query, select star from person where designation equals to finance, it will return me 2 rows, but I would like to find Mike. So you can also add another condition here with the AND keyword and set it to 1. So you can see that it returned Mike. And you can insert many conditions with the and here I'm adding name. So you can here find that there is an person named Mike belonging to the ID 1 with the name Mike and with the designation finance. Here is the AND keyword, and we can also use the OR keyword. So for OR is that it might belong to it may, for and every condition has to be true. For OR it doesn't. So let's see what result it returns. So as I said, for OR it doesn't matter, just a single condition needs to be true. So like Mike belongs to finance, so Mike has written and Andy has been written, and the number ID 1 belongs to Mike, so Mike has been written, and name Mike, so Mike has been written. Here Andy is also written because Andy also belongs to the finance department. So the or for the difference between the and or is that the and every condition has to be true, and in or not every condition has to be true. So that's it. And now we are going to use the keywords and the aggregation functions for our MySQL. And in this we are going to start from the aggregations function. So for aggregation function include the min, max, count, average, sum functions, and we can see them in action here. So let's use one of them function. Let's select count id from person. So here the total number of IDs or the total number of rows we have inside the person table are 3. We can also verify it, select start from person, and you can see here we are 3 rows and we have 3. The count of IDs is 3. So this is one of the aggregation function. Let's try another one. Select max ID. Max is going to return me the maximum ID there is in this table, and it will going to return me 3. So the maximum ID here is 3, so it's going to return me 3. And there is also a min function, so it was going to be return 1. And these are the max, min and count function. Let's try the sum function. So the sum function is going to add all the IDs and going to give me the sum for all those IDs, and it gives us 6. And there's also an average function, so the average function is going to sum all the IDs and divide by the total number of IDs, so it gives 2. So here you can see the aggregation function. Now let's use the keywords provided in inside our inside the MySQL. Let's start with that. And first we will try the limit function, limit keyword. Let's start from person limit 1. So limit is going to put a constraint that is going to return just a single record. So if I increase the limit, it will return me according to that limit. So here is the limit keyword, and we can also now go with the order by keyword. So order by is going to order your data in which or in the order you would like to see. So I would like to see my order. I would like to see my data in the order of in the reverse order of according to the ID. So let's start just with order by ID, and it's going to return me the default order is ascending. So the default order we're going to see here is order. But if you like to see in the descending order, you can write DSC, and now it's going to provide you in the descending order IDs in descending order and the rows corresponding to that ID. And now we are going to use the distinct keyword. So for distinct keyword, it's going to provide us the distinct, and we're going to pass the number of pass the column which would like to be have a distinct quality to it. So let's add another data, insert into person ID name designation values for name is going to be Jack, and the designation is going to be sales. So when select our person, we have now we have 2 persons with the finance designation, and we just want a single person from finance designation. It can be anyone. So if we use this distinct keyword, select distinct and pass in the column name, so it's going to provide me the designation column with distinct values. So the finance is repeated one and 2 times in the table, in the person table. So here when we use the distinct keyword, we will receive the result but in a distinct manner. So we have covered most of the stuff. We have remaining the like, in and between. So let's start with between. So between is used to provide to query with a range. For example, we have 4 person inside it, and I'm going to use the between keyword between 1 and 3. So I have provided the range and the where id is between this and this. Okay, select star from person where. Okay, so it's given me the result, and the query was, the correct query is select star from person where the column name and between keywords with the use of and. So in keyword allow us to give multiple values, and it's going to check these values according to that values we have passed it, and it's going to compare it and going to provide us the result. And the like operator, here we can use the wildcard characters. The percentage means it can have many characters as at once, and any character at once. And like I would like to have someone like, so we want to search like Mike, it will give me a result of Mike. So these are wildcard characters. We can use also underscore. Underscore means any one character. So if I use this with like, it will going to result give me the empty result, because there is no uh, person Hansen with a name, the character before Mike. There's only Mike. So, but we can do this like, it will give me result. So any character but a single character for underscore, it will result. And if we try, we can use the both the combination of this, and it will also result me Mike. So because there is a person in which a single person which we can insert am here, and I the second character, and the third can be anyone and any number of times. So we have it gives me the result of my. So hope it provides you with the basic operations of MySQL. And if you like this video, please subscribe, share your feedback. I know there must be some noises in the background, sorry for that. So hope to see you in another video. Bye.